Professor Swaran Singh, and all those countries, India is now part of it. It's a strategic message that India has chosen to go ahead with this test, isn't it?
Absolutely, Krishna. First, what makes this missile unique is the fact that each rocket can take several warheads, and some of them can be simply decoys. Not all of them need to be either conventional or nuclear weapons, which makes defense very difficult. Second, six other countries, India is now the sixth nation. Russia, China, United States, France, and UK have that technology already. India becomes the sixth country. What makes India special? First, if you remember in the history of India's nuclear and missile pursuits, India set up Atomic Energy Commission in 1948, did the first test in 1974. When we did the test, we said it is only a peaceful nuclear test. We took 36 years to weaponize that technology. Same is true of missiles. India had actually achieved MERV technology by launching in 2008 our PSLV C9, which launched 10
Right.
satellites at that time. What we did is in March of 2024, when we launched this MERV missile for the first time and Prime Minister enunciated mission Divyastra at that time. So
Right.
first MERV test had already happened in March of 2024. So restraint is something which is inbuilt in India's strategic thinking, strategic culture. And remember, this is happening not like UK and France. It is happening when India is under sanctions, technology is denied to India,
Yes.
India has to reinvent wheel itself. So India's case in that sense also becomes unique. And third very quick point, India is really putting it as a defensive deterrence related technology. India is not like in 70s, Soviet Union and United States when they achieved MERV missiles. This was part of strategic threats and arms race.
Right.
In India's case, this is part of NFU, and only in second strike that India is imagining that this will be required to be used. So enormous restraint is inbuilt in India's civilizational DNA and strategic culture. And MERV missile, which is launched today, is a second test after March 2024. And it is demonstrating India's pursuit for technologies. India is
Right.
also working for hypersonic missiles as well, because that is another very, very advanced technology for missiles. India is working to develop hypersonic missiles, again as
Right.
part of Divyastra. And I think we are trying to first work on BrahMos to be produced as a cruise missile, which possibly would
Right.
have hypersonic capabilities. Hypersonic fundamentally means missile runs in a zigzag
Yes.
mode and it is almost impossible to intercept it. So it is part of India's pursuit for technology, which is primarily driven by civilian objectives, and spin offs are happening to missile technologies in military.